After the asteroid hit the Earth, nothing remained the same. The sky turned dark almost instantly, filled with ash, dust, and smoke, blocking the sunlight from reaching the surface. Temperatures began to drop rapidly. What was once a warm, living planet started to become cold, silent, and hostile. Plants were the first to suffer. Without sunlight, they could no longer survive. Forests that once covered the Earth began to die, slowly at first, and then all at once. And as plants disappeared, so did the creatures that depended on them. The entire food chain started collapsing, from the smallest herbivores to the largest predators. The giants that once ruled the planet had no chance. Their size, which once made them powerful, became their greatest weakness. They needed too much food, too much energy. And now, there was nothing left to sustain them. One by one, they began to fall, not from the impact itself, but from the slow, inevitable collapse of life around them. The Earth had entered a new phase, one that favored not strength, but survival. And somewhere, hidden beneath the surface, or deep within the shadows, life was still holding on. The creatures that survived this extinction were not the strongest, nor the most dominant. They were the ones that could adapt, the ones that could endure, the ones that needed the least. Small mammals, no bigger than a rat, found safety underground, inside burrows, protected from the cold and from the chaos above. They fed on anything they could find: insects, roots, seeds, even the remains of the dead. They did not depend on a stable ecosystem. They survived without it. Some birds, descendants of dinosaurs themselves, managed to survive as well. Their ability to fly allowed them to escape destruction, to search for food, to move across vast distances. Reptiles and amphibians, creatures that required very little energy, also endured. They slowed their metabolism, conserved energy, and waited for the world to recover. These creatures did not fight extinction. They outlasted it. And that is what made them the true survivors. As time passed, the dust in the atmosphere slowly began to settle. Sunlight started to return, weak at first, but enough to bring change. Plants began to grow again, small at first, but life was returning. The Earth was healing, but it was no longer the same world. The age of dinosaurs was over, completely. And in this new world, the small survivors began to rise. Mammals, once insignificant, began to evolve rapidly. They adapted to new environments, new climates, new opportunities. They grew larger, stronger, more intelligent. They spread across the planet, filling the empty spaces left behind. Every corner of the Earth was slowly being repopulated by creatures that once lived in the shadows. The world had been reset, and a new era had begun. An era where survival was more important than dominance. If those small creatures had not survived, none of this would exist. No humans, no cities, no civilizations. Everything we know today is the result of their survival. Something small, something fragile, something easily overlooked, became the foundation of all life that followed. But here is the question. What if the extinction never happened? What if the asteroid missed the Earth? Would dinosaurs still dominate this planet today? Would intelligent life ever evolve? Or would the world remain forever ruled by creatures we can barely imagine? Because extinction is not just destruction, it is transformation. It is the end of one world and the beginning of another. And even today, on this very planet, life is still evolving, still adapting, still preparing for whatever comes next, just like it did 66 million years ago.